top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Hawkeyes about to kick it away and get this season started. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for space. It's screen. Breaks into the open. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Colorado. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out. And that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. From the gun. Give on the inside. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, do you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Off the play fake on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12, wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on 3rd down. Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Give the defense a lot of credit on that one. A little bit of bend, don't break here in the opening drive of the game. They gave up some yards. They were down inside their own red zone. But on that critical 3rd down, phenomenal effort individually to win his one-on-one, get to the quarterback and bring him down to the ground and really try to take some air out of this offense.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Here as he throws, that ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Hawkeyes racing to the line in a hurry up. just going to keep it after the snap. Creates a little space. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
So now it's 2nd and long.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. From the gun, running back on the move. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Hawkeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Baker. Moves away as he feels pressure. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Looking downfield on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Hauls it in. There he goes. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. Fights off a defender. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Give to the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. He's got 67 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. And the Buffaloes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback keeps it. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Bucks! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The extra point here would tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. NC State is piling up the points here today. They've opened up a massive lead in what's shaping up to be the kind of blowout neither side will soon forget. They're up by 21 over Kent State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. At the 35, he's loose. Turning on the Jets. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Hawkeye. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, let's look big picture at Colorado. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Baker. Looking to buy time. The throw. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score. David, see if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly, and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Iowa!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. To the air, it's Baker. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
This is a design run. Turning it on! He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. They'll go to the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to go up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Big time touchdown there to get some much needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to the ground. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Hawkeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They give it to him again. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. And the Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Working the middle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Baker. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in the position to go ahead and score points before the half.
The short hands, it's Browning. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. And the Buffaloes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grab Near the marker, it's Browning. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up for 5, and they'll move the sticks. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Stokes. Oh, he got loose. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the D deny them on second and goal. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Wide out trying to get it in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field at will. They're up by 28 over Kent State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got...
Touchdown, Iowa! Special teams proving to be special.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Baker. He's going to let it go. He's got it down the left. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Buffs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air on first down. Now improvising. Throwing on the run. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. They love nothing better than to add a go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Oh, the attempt is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime updates. The Buffaloes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And here he comes out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Line is set on third down. A run for the quarterback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Might be changing the route. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Joyner. He's not going to get there. Up short on fourth down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Looking downfield, it's Baker. Finds his man. It's Browning. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the Buffaloes trying to cash it in on first and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Steps away to find some room. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Touchdown, Colorado! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Oh, he's got some space.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
They'll try the run. Find some fresh air. It's a seam wide open. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hawkeye. And an epic comeback. They'll talk about this one for
himself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Got a man. It's Gibson. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Dropping back, it's Baker. He lets it fly. Makes the catch down the right side. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop.
Makes the catch on the left, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. They'll leave it with him. There he goes! Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Iowa! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets and the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Toledo was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Rockets performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, creating the sack. But look at this offense. They're deterred. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Caught near the sticks. It's Gibson. He steps out right on the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Baker. Caught near the sticks. It's Browning. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. And I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's got it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. He'll set up to throw. Trying to find the end zone. He gets it in. Touchdown, Buffs.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he smashes his way through again. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got room at the 35. There he goes to the left. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Looking downfield, it's Baker. Grab near the marker, it's Gibson. He steps out of bounds, and that'll be the end of quarter number 3. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Looking downfield on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They're going to go to the air on third and short. Got his man quickly. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Trying to pull his way in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. And the Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw again. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little kick route, try to get my guy open.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Colorado! Fit it in the window for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. A designed run for the quarterback. Running into the open space. He's loose. At the 30. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. Explosive plays are great, but you got to finish the deal. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Run in the red zone. It's Reader.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Turning it on. Got some room in it at the goal line. Touchdown, Iowa. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And I'll tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
I love the play called running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the single back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. At quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, just I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick. And then that was a really good play by the offense. Pretty good coverage by the defense, but I got to make them earn it all the way down the field.
zone.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now. So take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Back to throw, it's Baker. Can't find his man, it'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football 4th down. Great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance.
Breaks into the open. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams. And that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and that's